Sometimes people don't appreciate the Dick Van Dyke entrance. Sometimes it's a hard entrance. Thanks for hanging out with us again on a Tuesday night, everybody. We're about to get started here in 1 second. Welcoming a special guest in a red shirt. Brave Dave. Is that Brave Dave open?
Yes.
Nice. All right. Hey, cheers to Brave Dave.
Our good friend Andrew Vines, who has helped us out immensely. It did not fit him. It did fit me. I'm not going to say what size, but
Fair enough.
good for me.
This Boston Golden State game, many people thought is a preview of the finals.
No chance.
No chance at all.
I don't believe in Boston. Let's just start off the show with that, or amongst many
After
topics. Boston has no chance of getting to the Eastern Finals.
No chance.
Nope.
Well, they have a chance.
Their locker room is in disarray.
Anytime you had the Boogie Monster, which is arguably the best closer in the game, you have a chance.
But
He's a fourth quarter nightmare.
he can win you a game, and you hope he can win 4 out of 7 or 3 out of 5. But the East has teams that can beat them. And I think the Bucks will get there. I think the Bucks will have no problem beating Boston in the playoffs. I don't think it's going to be close.
You got to get them in 6 or less.
Wow.
You got to get them in 6 or less.
Yeah, and I think that's the quick strike in Bucks. All right, here we go.
Kyrie Irving a chance to
Let's get started. I got one
put
going
the
for
nail in your
you,
coffin. You can't.
Froghorn. This one's for you.
This one goes out to Froghorn.
What we got? Hey.
Okay.
Welcome back to Tuesday night. On behalf of First Amendment Sports, I'm Ken Marangolo. He's Froghorn Leghorn, a.k.a. Darren McClidden.
You know I'm ready to get some things off my
I
chest.
know, you come here with a heavy chest, heavy heart.
Always. Good to be here.
Big brother,
Let's get it.
Juice, Kevin McClidden, how you
I'm
doing?
excited to be here too. It's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be a good show.
I have high hopes. We're joined in the basement by someone who's more like, you're like part of the, like, it's like the Pirates of the Caribbean, when the guy's like part of the ship, you're just part of the basement, Kevin Ricca.
It's our dude.
I think it's like the guy that has season tickets in the front row, and all of a sudden, every now and then, someone has a little bad ankle or there's a substitution
You gotta step
situation.
in.
Well, you guys have been involved in all the conversations led up to the HotBox even becoming a thing, because you guys would talk at the bar and have your sports conversations, and they would carry over, and everything kind of happened as a result of that.
It's very true. 2 loyal patrons. Great tippers, by the way. I'm not going to lie to you. They took care of business. For all of you out there that don't think that means something, you never forget.
Yeah.
Will you do a checker outer? Just a quick checker outer, making sure we didn't mess it up. I think we got the music on a little bit loud. I'd like to welcome everybody back to another episode of
The Hot Box.
And as we start every show off with a little chest lightning material. By the way, personal foul, bordering on technical, bordering on flagrant, not towed up.
What do you do?
He's not
I
towed
know,
up.
man. Yeah,
This is like
Shelley's
second week in a
man.
row.
Yeah.
My bad.
I'm
Shelly,
kind of
my bad.
Yeah, man.
duly noted. I just want you to know.
I left my towel.
You left
this
your
time.
towel. Understood,
Yeah.
but I just don't think I can't just not point it out. I have a certain obligation and responsibility.
I still have some things to get off my chest.
I want to hear 'em.
It's time to knock it off.
Yeah.
Let me start it off. NBA. What are we doing?
The whole NBA. Knock it off. The whole
The
NBA.
entire NBA.
All right.
What are we doing where you're going to eject and kick a player out of the game
Named?
for hitting Trae Young,
Of Trae Young.
for hitting a big shot, a dagger, and staring down, not Chris Dunn in his face
Yep.
as he walked away. You stared at his back, and you give
Who was
him-
the ref?
Was it our guy?
I don't think so.
It was not Scott Foster.
I don't think it was
Was
Scott
it- was it
Foster.
Scott?
No, we would have known
Good for
about
you,
that,
Scott,
but
for not kicking out Trae Young in that game.
That is, and that's league wide. They're saying they want to cut down on the taunting, and the stare downs, and come on now, Allen Iverson steps over Tyrone Lue.
Different time.
Harden even recently has stared some guys And
It's ridiculous.
Sean Kemp might have done that once or twice.
yeah,
How many times have I hit a shot and for us guards,
yeah.
that is our ultimate trash talking gesture is to hit a big shot over your contest
Yep.
and
Let the eyes
give
linger.
you the stare of death.
Let the eyes linger.
Exactly. That's the greatest feeling. One of the greatest feelings for a guard, because we're always trying to win our matchup. Yeah, everybody talks trash, this, that, and the other. But at the end of the day, when you win your matchup, enough said. So
the referee in this case, you're saying the NBA.
this is unreal. This is the
Okay.
NBA. This is the top level of competition of
Did the NBA admit any wrongdoing after that call was made? I mean, it was obviously done at the time, but did the NBA admit to being wrong?
no
letters? No letters were written?
Because you
it
can't
was
do
his
that.
second tech.
NFL does it. NFL does it
You
constantly.
can't. I mean, he stared him down hard.
He's a rookie, correct?
He
I mean,
stared
that's
him
the
He's a
only
rookie.
reason
Other-
why.
Other players
He hasn't
get
earned
a
his
little more
keep.
leniency.
Yeah.
I would have to say yes.
But
He's frying, by the
Nobody
way.
has been
He's
playing
frying
better
the league
the
right
second
now.
half of the season than Trae Young.
Yeah.
As young as he is.
For all the people that trashed him and said that everyone missed out, and
I was the first one to think he was
32 and
Oh,
11.
He's killing.
32 and 11.
He's killing. He's killing.
So let this guy express himself.
I don't disagree. So
You know, the
is
game
it the
has
no
changed.
fun
It
league?
used, to
I
be
mean,
it used to be a big man's game. You know, now it's very much a guard game and a perimeter-oriented game. Let this dynamic player
how far do you let it? Okay, so
earn his
I
keep.
completely
Let him earn his keep.
just as not a devil's advocate at all because I agree with you 100%. But I also think that there's like this idea that they have to be like there's a, at some point the line exists where it becomes. I mean, people make mistakes they regret.
I mean,
On the
it's
floor.
in today's social media era, that is a GIF, that is a T-shirt, that is
Yeah.
a poster, a stare down. What is wrong with that? And
Can't do it.
he hit the shot to make Chicago call a timeout.
Can't do it.
Chris
man.
Dunn is
Not allowed to
walking
do it.
away. He's walking over
Yeah.
to his bench.
Maybe a little jersey over the mouth and let it happen.
Right.
Obviously, I know
Not allowed
Trae
to
Young's a
do it.
rookie. I was saying that for emphasis. But, you know, as a rookie,
Yeah.
I think those referees, they have a hierarchy. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And afterwards, the aftermath, yeah, it sucks because everyone does this.
Oh, we're watching one right now. Draymond Green can say any and everything before he gets warnings before he gets his text. And it happened to be his second tech, and he was kicked out of the game. Knock it off, NBA. Let this guy be exciting. He's the next generation. He and Luka Doncic, Luka Doncic had NBA Rookie of the Year, hands down, and he's making a claim. Trae Young is making a claim that okay, no, we're going down to
No
the
way.
wire.
It's Luka all the way.
I still think it's Luka.
And you
but-
called it. You called it in,
Oh,
when
for
in
sure.
the draft.
But what he's done
He
the
did call
second
it,
half of the
unfortunately for
season, let him hit a big shot and stare his man down. Knock it off, NBA. Come on, man.
What are you thinking?
Let me. This.
Are we touching it or not touching it? Are you
this
touching
might
it
be
or
a
not?
doozy.
I need.
I know,
I need to
because-
go to my knock it off because I need to go to mine. I need to talk about this.
Let's do it.
Since when does a player shut down and say, and possibly think about not playing the rest of the season because your team might be out of the playoffs?
Oh, it's the pro level, so not
Pro
college.
level. Yeah,
Okay.
pro level. I got to go this way because I heard today after the Lakers lost again to the Clippers that LeBron might shut it down for the rest of the season.
That would be the first time ever.
Or that might be an option for him to shut it down.
I think it's something that the Los Angeles
Jason
Lakers
Voorhees.
are absolutely proposing to him and probably
Why?
desperately want because they want less tread on the tire, and I think he'll say no. and
Tread
he'll
on,
play.
he's 30, what, 4? 30, what, 34?
Dude,
He's
he's the
looking
oldest
every
34
bit
years.
Yeah,
of
but
34.
I understand that, but what competitor wants to do that?
Oh, I don't.
How would
he
you
hasn't said yes.
possibly, as the listen?
Has he said yes?
And I said it. No, he said he wants to play. Of
course.
but I don't even know how this is an option. How are you going to? You came to LA with all this fanfare. You came there, and you had to. What did he say he was going to do in the second? He had to engaged. He had to be engaged. He was now
Motivated.
engaged.
No,
He
playoff
was- he was-
motivation.
yeah, he was engaged.
They should, by the
To
way,
play
they
the second-
shouldn't. I mean, I got for what, everything I think about him. I hope that he plays.
Can we
I hope-
please
but-
stop the Michael Jordan, LeBron James comparisons right now because of this?
But Kevin,
Michael Jordan would never sit out. Michael Jordan's team
Nope.
would never collapse.
He threw
like
an
this Lakers
inbound
team
Hold on.
pass
doing.
that hit the
Unless-
back of
never.
the backboard.
Unless,
by the way.
Absolutely
unless a
not.
Sandlot baseball game broke out, then you lose them for a year and a half.
Yeah,
saying.
that's true.
if you can't make the playoffs
That's
with a
true.
guy like LeBron,
But
you
he-
should, as an
no,
organization,
as a-
shut him down.
Why? Why?
Why?
Since when do we start shutting players down because they can't make the playoffs? That's what
If,
it's coming
if
to
it's
now?
allowed, I'm just saying I don't think it should even be allowed. If the guy's healthy,
Anthony
he should
Davis
play.
doesn't even want to be there, and they're making New Orleans play him. So LeBron James is all of a sudden is out of the playoffs. Now you're gonna shut him down? Come on, man. That's ridiculous. That's
why you shouldn't buy
so
season tickets to the
ridiculous,
NBA.
man.
Hey,
That's
Jude,
so
you should never buy
But if
season
you
tickets.
have with LeBron, you've gotten your money's worth since he was a teenager. He's played a full season. He's played
get it.
USA basketball playoffs. He's played more professional basketball games.
I understand
his
that, but
stature.
you owe
Yeah.
it to your team.
I agree.
You owe it to
Juice,
your
I
fans.
Understood.
agree. But
that you need to play the entire season. If you lose, you lose. But at least go show, be the leader that you're supposed to be
Of course.
and play the rest of the season, man. You don't just sit down in a suit because your team's not going to make the playoffs.
And sip
In
wine.
all respect,
Or because
Michael
everyone's
Jordan
getting-
never
everyone's getting
was
the boot.
part of a playoff team in the heyday of his career. I mean, I'm never part of a team that wasn't making the playoffs in his heyday, right? He always made the playoffs.
Michael Jordan would not sit out. I guarantee you Michael Jordan would not
I don't
sit
disagree
out.
with you, but I'm just saying, LeBron James is an old 34, 35-year-old guy, and the Los Angeles Lakers have him for the long haul, and they're hoping they're praying for 5 or 6 years out of him, praying for it.
I don't know about 5 or
don't
6,
know if
Ken.
they're
I
gonna
think
get
that's
it.
Oh,
a
I think
stretch.
I think they're
But-
hoping he. I think they're hoping he can
Gotta
be
wait
that
till
guy.
Bronny gets there. It's 5 or
you're
6,
right.
right?
But
And-
I have
listen,
two things.
man.
I have two
It's
things
possible if you don't play him for a couple
about
months
this
a
LA
year.
situation. I have two things. One, the Lakers
God bless you.
Thank you. The Lakers created this situation when it was the trade deadline. They created a toxic situation where they were saying everybody is available, trying to bring in that
Yeah,
superstar.
they messed up
in
the
AD.
situation
And
big time.
when you have a young group, and you're telling these guys that they could be gone, then they're questioning their worth within the organization. They're questioning how much you're willing to go to war for them and go to bat for them or ride or die with them. That right there was and it didn't happen.
Yep.
That right there was the first issue. And then what you're saying about how he's thinking about shutting it down.
I didn't
Look-
say he's thinking about it. I know they were talking about it.
No,
LeBron
no,
says he doesn't
no.
want to.
I heard
but this
the-
shouldn't even be
no,
a conversation.
I heard this was the interview after the last loss. They had him in the locker room, and it was a very emotional time. And there's so much tension around this team and around the staff and the players. It's a very touchy situation, and they were asking him questions about the injuries, and he's talking about how they've been plagued with bad health, and it's really hurt their continuity, things like that. But one thing he did say was, we can't look at the standings. We have to just play the game that's right here in front of us and not worry about the standings, because the standings are going to change up and down, this, that, and the other. But on the same hand, he says, well, that's something that me and Luke have to, me and the head coach have to think about, is mathematically, are we going to be able to make the playoffs? And then, how much do we, because he played 42 minutes in a loss, and he's 34. And like I said before, he's
an old 34.
He's looking
But-
at it.
but-
he's a
but-
very old
Luke's a
34.
great
I don't.
athlete.
But the
Great
thing about it, that
athlete.
I can't. That doesn't wash, because he's played these kind of minutes every year.
Understood.
He's
But
made-
why are
but
you?
he's
But
in
why
a-
are you at one point saying, don't look at the mathematics, and then right afterwards say, well, we're going to have to look at how much is it worth
he
it
has
for
a
me to
better-
keep
I
playing
think.
these
I
minutes?
think he bit off more than
He's
he
pulling
can chew.
strings.
He has a better
He bit
chance
off
of
more than he
playing.
could chew.
He's a better chance of playing when he's 39, 40 years old if he
Like he
cuts
could
off
do
the
this,
edges
he
of
could do
seasons
this,
like
and
this.
he could do this in the Eastern
Math.
Conference. He could do this in the Eastern Conference where he basically had a psychological effect on that whole conference. He dominated that whole conference, and they were basically scared of him. Let's keep it real. They were scared. The Eastern Conference was scared of LeBron James. That's what it came down to. Now that he's gone down to the West, he's over to the West, the left coast. It's different, man. It's different, and nobody fears him.
Is he going to demand a
Nobody's worried
trade?
about him.
Do you think
It's tough in year 16, and
He's
I
the
know,
man to
and,
trade.
and I admit,
I don't agree with that, man. Now that
I said Jason Voorhees doesn't need a lot of people that scare you. I used your term. You say he doesn't have a lot of people on the Lakers roster that scare you. I say he doesn't need ghosts and goblins. You got Jason Voorhees, you're fine. And
Not in the
now
West.
I'm looking, and I still think a fully healthy Lakers roster is a playoff team. I still think that. Mathematically, it's going to be tough for
Who
them
are
to
they
make.
missing? All they're missing is Lonzo Ball.
And
now.
Lonzo Ball is
So Lonzo
very,
Ball is worth,
very
what, 6
underrated defensive player.
Missing one ball is tough, guys. It can get tough.
Missing one ball is
Yes,
very
it is.
difficult.
Yes,
it makes it hard.
yes. We'll get to that.
I don't
want
think
to
so.
bring that
I
point
don't
Okay.
think so. I don't think it makes. I don't think it makes because I'm gonna honestly. I think the whole thing with the Lakers is that
Kev, that was a question.
they are
at the NBA
if
NFL combine.
LeBron James has hurt this team from a psychological standpoint. You got all these guys that thinking they're going to be traded because basically he wants them traded. He wants Anthony.
Yeah, I think that
Davis.
hurt. I think
And
that
killed
really,
the
really
chemistry
hurt
of the
them.
team.
Yes, it did.
And then when you have to come back and you're like, dang, this dude wanted us gone, and now
Or
we're
was
still
willing
here.
or was willing to make that trade. I don't know. I mean, I don't think these guys are
The Lakers could have made the trade if they wanted to make the trade.
This
They
is
But
illusion.
guys, let's call a spade a spade.
Oh, the
now.
Lakers would
It
have
is
made it.
very, very hard, and we've been saying all along it's very, very hard to play with LeBron.
Yeah.
Whether he comes out and he's outspoken about the fact that you're being judged and you're being evaluated every time you're stepping out on the court playing alongside him. Can you hit that shot in the corner when he kicks it to you? Can he trust you, down the stretch or to go to war with you? That's very hard to do for some players.
It begs the question.
He doesn't even have to verbalize
And
it.
Luke Walton.
If they,
Exactly. Coach,
They-
can you put this together as a coach?
if they can't sign somebody this offseason and put the team together the way LeBron wants, do they just shut him down for next season? Just say, you know what? Just take the season off.
No,
Just come back.
Don't get any funny ideas. No shutting down.
We couldn't
Aaron
add
Donald.
it. We
There's
couldn't
no
add.
shutting down
We couldn't
idea.
add anybody great this offseason. Nobody came here.
LeBron James, the businessman,
take the year
has
off.
also arrived in Hollywood.
Of
Not
course.
just LeBron James, the basketball player.
Of course.
So there's a lot that goes along with bringing King James
he
to the
knew,
West
he
Coast.
knew what he was getting himself into when he went
Yep.
to LA. He knew the roster. He knew exactly who was on
He was
the
hoping
team.
for Paul George.
And then you hope that you're getting, it doesn't happen. Okay. So now what?
I still
Now
think
what? Now
Casting
you
call.
Yeah, now what?
throw everything at
Now
Paul
what?
George next year somehow, some way. I know
Paul
that.
George didn't leave. I mean, it's going to be Kawhi Davis, Kawhi Leonard.
Yep.
Maybe,
Think about this, fellas.
Maybe Anthony Davis.
Kyrie Irving.
Think
maybe
about
Kyrie,
this.
whatever, but it's
Kyrie, the ultimate Robin to your Batman, who at times can be
Proven.
Batman, and you be Robin.
But now you want to go back to LeBron. You want to leave LeBron. Now you want to go back.
Yes, I love it. It's a great
not
story.
so-
I can
I'm
handle-
not-
I can
no,
handle
what
that
I'm
story.
saying- Not what I'm saying is
He admits he's
the
wrong.
fact that Kyrie left might have awakened some of these superstars about should I go be LeBron's Robin? Because I'm not so sure that Kyrie's ready to come back to him. You know what I mean? He's grown up, he's
Darren.
mature.
Boston is a terrible situation. Kyrie wants to get out of that situation, and LA is a place that I think he's willing to go. I'm telling you right now, people are reaching for their parachute cords in that place. I believe that.
He's
I believe
a
that.
tri-state guy. He's a New Jersey native. I wouldn't be
Celtics are falling
surprised if
apart,
he
shoes.
ends up in a Knickerbockers uniform.
Yeah, but he could have done that last time too. He's also a resident of. He's a naturalized citizen of Australia. This guy can go anywhere, man.
I
He
know.
can koala.
All right,
it
let
up.
me ask you this. Do y'all think Kyrie is a franchise player?
Yes.
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 You think so?
Yep.
The
You
Boogie
think
Monster. I love him.
you think that he can win a chip as a number one option?
As a number one option. Yes.
You
But
think so?
you have to have to win a
He's the number
championship
one
these
option
days.
for
A
the Celtics.
stacked team.
Yeah, on a team that
But yeah, I mean, he is the
stacked
number one
team.
option.
whose
right?
number 2 and number
Yeah,
3
he
options
argu-
could also be
he was
number 1
arguably-
options elsewhere.
He was arguably the number one option when he won his last one in certain moments, like you said.
Absolutely.
The reversal of Batman Robin.
You have to have multiple guys who could be number 1 somewhere else.
Because what
No
I've noticed,
doubt.
what I've noticed with Boston is
Hell
Boston
yes.
plays better without him. And I'm just keeping it real. They played better with him last year, and they played better without him in spurts this year. Kyrie's been hurt a lot this
The
year.
regular season and the
Yeah.
playoffs,
And I
you
get
know,
it.
Juice, you know.
I get it.
The regular season and the playoffs are
But
two
Boston
totally
played
different
Boston played
seasons.
very
His numbers
well.
jump up.
Boston
Oh,
played
my
very
goodness.
listen. Boston played very well without him in the playoffs last year. They played very
Yeah, but-
well. They were one. I mean,
plays
if
in the playoffs.
if Jaylen Brown or Rozier hit anything, they beat Cleveland. Anything
Listen, if I go
without Kyrie Irving, without
Juice,
Kyrie, I'm just telling
if
y'all.
I go to the movie theater with my Kyrie popcorn, I'm asking them to fill the bag up halfway. I'm going over to the butter machine and I'm going to filling it up, shaking it up, and then I get the second half of my
halfway.
I
popcorn,
understand
and
that.
then I'm doubling
I
up on
get
my
that.
butter.
I get that. I get
Kyrie
that.
Irving,
But I'm telling you right now,
That's
it
what
is
he
not.
is.
It is
All
not
you
a
can eat, too.
coincidence.
So
It's
are you?
not-
But you have
yeah,
to
and
be
refill.
Darren.
Refill.
Only one hand. Do you have a designated popcorn hand when you're inside? 'Cause otherwise, because
No.
When you reach in there, it's
My
like reaching into
my
a bag full of
is
butter.
my bag is in my left.
Yeah.
I'm pushing the butter.
Yeah. But I'm
the
saying when
butter
you're
button
eating
with my
it
right.
in the theater.
Because I'm pushing this thing like this,
Yeah.
and I'm shaking with my left.
I got you.
Because that's what hand I dribble
Yeah,
with.
I understand.
better.
I understand.
I'm shaking with my left and pushing that butter with my right.
Yeah.
And I'm talking
But
about
when
the
you're
butter is
eating it-
coming out the bottom of the. I need extra napkins. It's coming out the bottom
One
of
of
the
those
bag.
cardboard containers.
That's old school. There's no more
Yeah.
cardboard containers. It's
They
the
don't have
bag.
those no more, Ken.
No more cardboard containers.
No more.
They don't do that no more, man.
It's a recycle issue.
For
Last time-
God's sake, where are my chicken tenders
When
and,
the last
and
time-
French fries coming in? If there's not a cardboard
When's the
container.
last time you been to the movies? Man?
Oh, it's been a while.
You're sitting front row.
Yeah.
And so am I. It's right here.
Last time you
No,
been to the
no
movies?
need for
man?
Let me ask you. Okay,
All right.
let me ask you guys
Anyway.
this question of the night: who is going to be the best player in the NBA who is not on the first team All NBA roster? I think everyone can take a shot at one of them.
The
the
best
best player
in the
not
NBA
on the
that
first
won't
team.
be on the first team.
So it's the sixth best guy, or
It's
in your
going
case,
to-
a top 5 who
All right.
didn't get his due.
It's going to be either
Probably
Russell
Paul George. Probably
Westbrook.
Paul George.
Anthony Davis.
For me, Russell Westbrook or Kyrie Irving.
Actually, you know what? It's not going to be Paul George. Will probably make first.
Paul
team.
George, I think, is going to make it.
I don't know if he will. I was going to say Paul George. I mean, Paul George. He's the second in scoring, but
Might be Paul George.
I think
Steph-
I caught him
Steph-
underrated.
Matter of fact,
Steph-
hold on.
Steph-
Is
I
this
know
an
it's a
all
stretch.
NBA?
Yeah, first team All NBA.
I'm not.
KD might not make it.
No. KD will make it. I'm thinking Jason Voorhees might not make it.
LeBron, he's
He'll
number
make
3 in
it.
assists.
He'll make it. He'll make it just because
There's
he's
grandfather
We've got-
clauses on
hold
both
on,
those
we've
last,
got-
those last gentlemen.
We've got Curry. We've got Harden. We've got Paul George.
You got the
We've
freak.
got KD.
And the
got
freak.
We've got the freak. So AD or LeBron aren't going to make it.
You-
I think
who's
AD
your-
would be the
who's your
next guy I
five?
put.
Huh?
Curry,
I went with
Curry,
Harden.
Harden, Paul George, KD, Giannis.
So that means Kawhi's not making it either.
That means Kawhi's not making it.
See, that's why I have this fear that Paul George isn't going to make it.
Second team can give first team a run for their money. LeBron, Kawhi,
LeBron James not on the first
AD.
team All-NBA.
Yeah.
He probably won't make
he
it.
won't make it.
He probably
They're
won't
not going to
make
make the playoffs. He won't make it.
He probably won't make it.
Goodness gracious.
Wow.
Will they
Probably
really keep him
LeBron
off,
James.
though?
Probably LeBron James.
All right. Let's
go to
let me ask you
college.
this question.
ahead.
Which program has the best future outlook? And I'm talking like 5-year
Program.
horizon-ish. College program, NCAA.
College
between
program.
Maryland and Georgetown.
Ooh.
Maryland's got the youngest team, so does Georgetown.
They're both super young.
Oh man, I'm gonna go.
Pat or Turgeon?
I'll tell you what. Maryland's getting the twins out of Wilson High School, and
I'll probably go Maryland.
I'll
go Maryland.
they're
they-
big time.
I just want them to be so
Athletes.
bad. I mean,
Now
my McNamara roots have me rooting for them, but they've been everywhere.
I'll tell you what.
I mean, it's hard
Tell
to
you
call
what,
them
in the-
your hometown guy.
As we all
Be a
know, in
broad
the Big
program.
Ten, inside presence is very, very important. Those two young men, when they get seasoned into college basketball and they get accustomed to what they're doing out there in the NCAA,
Hey, can you remind
Put-
everyone of their height?
I want to say they're 6'10".
I think they're both about 6'10", yeah.
Just hope that
And
Tidwell Friends isn't on
they're
the schedule.
athletic. I mean,
Yeah.
these they're athletic. They're chiseled.
Rocked
You're not
up.
rock, whatever you want to call it. They don't look like high school big men. They already look like college
Right.
inside players.
They've been working out.
players. So
Professional.
Many different weight rooms.
one is a little bit. We're talking about Mekhi and Mikhail, the Mitchell twins. So one is a little more, in my opinion, advanced than the other right now.
Yep.
But they're both going to Maryland, and they're both going to get good coaching. They're going to get, that cafeteria. They're going to put on
Yep.
15 pounds of muscle. They're going to, and for that reason, I think Maryland is, they're going to lose Bruno, but they're going to be
Sticks should
fine.
stay. Right?
He's not staying.
I'm worried that he won't stay.
Today's climate.
Yeah, he's got too much to offer on the high.
I'm gonna tell you this. So I'm gonna tell you.
Is he
you.
Kevin
whether,
Herter
whether he should
style?
or shouldn't.
I think it's Kevin Herter level. I mean, I think he can go in the draft to a team that's looking for something. I think he's
Trade jerseys with D.
I'm gonna
Wade.
tell you about. I'm gonna tell you about
Awesome.
Maryland. I'm gonna tell you about Maryland. I'm. As far as the tournament this year, and Darren and I were talking about this earlier today. They lost their last two games. Lost to Penn State and lost to Michigan. And
Yes, they had climbed up
my
to 17,
my
Juice. Now they're down to
My
24.
concern with them is that
Two big
going
games.
into the tournament, from a psychological standpoint, when you have young kids that are playing in a win or go home situation, you want them to be able to have some confidence going into the tournament. Now, we'll see what happens in the Big Ten
youngest team in
tournament.
the conference.
Right.
Juice.
But I'm also concerned that they've had their ups and downs. They played well this year.
Fifth youngest team in the country.
But the thing about it is, I'm worried about them in regards to if they don't get the ship righted soon, they're going to go in with a lot of questions. And when you have questions with a young team,
Yep.
then that can linger. That can resonate when it comes to playing and against it could be a number 11 seed or a number 12 seed or a number 10 seed. I worry about that.
The 12-5 game.
The 12-5
That's
game
the most
is
dangerous game
yeah.
in-
with
on
7
your bracket.
seniors and their top
Yeah, but-
9.
Juice.
That's the thing, Kevin, is that you're playing against a team that has seniors,
But-
that runs a certain system that you might
haven't
not be
practiced
accustomed
against.
to. You haven't played against.
Yes, you have not seen it.
So that's the thing I'm worried
can't
about with
emulate
Maryland
it
is
in-
right
in
now they're
practice.
going the wrong way. Now these 2 games, and I
Can
get
I
it,
just
but
ask
I'm
you
just
one
concerned
thing
about that.
about Maryland? Because when I watch, what I find most interesting is the dedication to getting minutes and development to the freshman Ayala. I mean, I think he looks like he could be something great for
He
this
can.
program.
He can.
I mean,
He can.
big, strong.
tough as shit.
He's a big, strong, tough guy.
Yeah, he is.
Running point. If he sticks around, which today it looks like he will, but who knows what happens in this day and age.
Yeah.
But if he sticks around, all of a sudden I think you're talking about every offense in college that gets good. It runs through guards who stick around and are good at it. And I think. Where Maryland has succeeded, we've had a good string of guards who've played for at least 2 or 3 seasons. Even through Trimble and Cowan, if they can
You going back to
continue.
the 80s, 90s at all? Or
Oh, well, I always go back. I just saw congratulations to the Wizard Walt, who was part of that 1,300 point, 400 assist club that Cowan joined
But
recently.
Ken, I wanna piggyback on what you're saying. It's a great point because and Georgetown is doing the same thing because they have a freshman backcourt. What you do when you get these young guys and give them all kind of playing time and valuable minutes and a long rope to make mistakes and play through those mistakes and have growing pains. The next best thing is next year will be their sophomore year. And now instead of a sophomore, mentally you're like a junior or senior or upperclassman because you've been through those battles, you've been through those trying times as a freshman, and you've been thrown out there, you're thrown into deep water, so to speak, and it can't do anything but benefit your program.
And I could swear that was him sitting behind us off to our right on Sunday at the WCAC
Yes, it
tournament.
was.
That was Ayala, right?
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Someone was asking me what it was. I said that. And they were like questioning me, and I was like, no.
Almost the whole team was there.
Yeah, that was
there.
definitely him.
Just watch these last couple games for the season, man, with Maryland. I'm serious. Like, I really want to see how they go into the Big Ten tournament, you know, how they finish in the Big Ten tournament, and then going into the NCAA tournament. Because if they're a 5 or 6 or 7 seed,
Guys,
they're
do we
gonna be
have
playing
the
against a good team,
stats?
and we
Are
don't
they
watch that.
able? Is Maryland able to get a double bye?
I think it's still possible.
It's still up in the air. It's
yeah,
still possible.
because the people were still debating
That's
it today.
important. That is
Oh
important.
God, of course. I don't. No one who's ever won without the double bye. I don't think.
ACC is the
I have no idea if
in
that's
my
true.
opinion,
I
ACC
think
is the
that's true.
strongest
Could be true.
conference, especially on the top
Don't
the
quote
top
me.
half. But the Big Ten is the deepest conference, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know, so that double bye is very important
Sure.
to be able to advance, and then who knows when you get into that semifinal round.
When's the first day of the ACC tournament? If you have the double bye, or if you don't have the double bye, is it
I mean,
Wednesday?
you can-
Thursday?
Now it's bumped up to Tuesday. They play
Tuesday?
the final game on Saturday now,
For
not Sunday
goodness
afternoon.
sake.
Big Ten still has the Sunday gig. ACC bumped it up to the primetime Saturday night game for the finals.
Okay.
Either a year or two ago is when that went down. So
Now, so we were talking about. Juice said that Maryland has to right their ship quickly. Georgetown, I think, is ascending, and I think they're going I think they're 8-8 right now in the Big East, and they're also 18-11 or so overall. And you know, I think they have a very good chance of getting in and not being
you could very easily
14,
see a
15
Maryland
seed.
Georgetown first round game.
They've done it to us before.
I mean, you could see that.
They've
I
got
could see that
senior
happening.
leadership
Georgetown
in,
first
But we
round.
played.
Govan.
We played
that.
7. I think we played in the 7-10. Or is that true?
I
No,
would
we
not
played them
be
in the second
surprised if
round
you see a 7-10,
out west.
6-11 Maryland Georgetown game. I would not be surprised.
That would be great for the area.
Wait, so Maryland did play Georgetown
Dwayne
in the
Simpkins
NCAA
jumps
tournament.
up on the scoreboard side, directly in front of my seats with my cousins.
Would
I like
you
to watch
call that a
again.
runner or a floater? That decent
Floater.
floater.
We were front row. He jumped right up on the score, right there. We were right there. I've just played against him 5 minutes previous. I was like, oh,
Absolutely.
man.
And then on the
This
flip
is
side
so
of what I was
good.
saying with Georgetown, if Georgetown's playing well, they got freshmen that don't. They're playing with the house's money. You know what I mean?
Well,
because
yep.
they are playing well. They would be playing well going in, and now that confidence starts to exude, and you're like, you know, we got a chance to go far. You know what I mean? Because they played a tough conference. They played a
You're
tough
right.
conference. They played against some good teams, and you know that confidence level. I don't think people understand how important that is.
Oh, and Patrick
Especially
Ewing,
with a young
Patrick
team.
Ewing has made it obvious, and he's made it known that he's riding or dying with his young backcourt.
Absolutely.
He's living with those mistakes. He says it every post-game interview. You know, sometimes they give me a headache, but that's what we have. That's the cards we're dealt, and that's
Right.
what we're rolling with.
And real fast, guys, 2001 NCAA tournament, the Maryland Terrapins did play Georgetown. Maryland was a 3 seed. They led off against the number 14 seed, George Mason.
There was no way it
team.
would have been a first round contest.
Correct.
Okay.
Georgetown was the 10 seed. They opened up with a win, a 2-point win over Arkansas. Then you had Maryland versus Georgia State. I mean, talk about all the connections there. And Georgetown versus Hampton. Maryland plays Georgetown and wins by 10 on their way to actually winning the region over Stanford. and Duke obviously went on to win that tournament.
Maryland, Georgetown, first round NCAA.
I love it.
tournament.
I mean, again,
You're calling it?
You saw it. You
I'm
saw the
calling
localness.
it.
They
I'm
love that.
calling it.
They love it.
I'm calling it.
Yeah, but you can't.
That'd be a big deal,
So you have
Juice.
to. So the lower seed would have to be a 12 or below, or 11 or below. So you're gonna have to have Maryland at the 6.
But Georgetown was. I mean, Georgetown probably be what? They'll probably be a 10, 11. Because you'll have one of the mid majors will be
It's
a
gonna-
12 or a 13.
it's
Are
gonna
you calling them a
depend.
lock? They're
It's
a
gonna
lock.
come down to this
G-Town
big,
a lock.
Big Ten tournament.
I think G-Town will get in.
Oh, it's
They got a teeny bit of work to do, but the work they can do.
I think Georgetown will get in. I think so.
they just,
I
they
think
just
they
can't
should
crap,
get
they
in.
just can't crap their pants. You know, they can't
I think they'll
just
get
fall
in.
down.
I think they'll get in.
Right.
I
The
think
Big
I
East
do.
tournament's gonna be important
So-
too.
Let me ask you guys a question, and really the question I've been waiting to ask you guys all night long,
What you
and
got?
that's give me your 5, and that is give me your 5, top 5, or give me your 5 athlete cameos in a movie. So we've been talking a lot
Can we
about it
put
on text.
TV in there or just movie?
I thought
Movies,
I
man.
thought it was
Only
movies.
There
Let's
you go.
just
You trying to be.
well, I'll tell you
Stop
what.
changing the genre,
Tommy
man.
Hearns on Martin. That's TV. Tommy Hearns on Martin when he lumped them up.
All right, so I proposed a short discussion period prior to a 4-man draft, which
terrible,
Juice
too,
picks
Joe.
first. Everyone gets to pick one, and then we have a consensus number 5.
Okay.
For our give me your 5.
Everybody
so,
picks one.
but there's a discussion period. We gotta have a
Acting
discussion
cameos.
period. Athlete cameos. I mean, all the obvious ones that we did on the phone today, like the Marinos, the OJs, the Jabars, Cam Neely and Dumb and Dumber.
So we can't do those.
No, we gotta throw them all out there. But
Okay.
you can only pick one.
All right.
So
You
you're
know,
going.
I'm
What
gonna
is
go-
that? Clockwise.
I'm gonna go.
But you
the
can-
one we just. I'm gonna go Kareem
Kareem in
on
airplane.
airplane. Because
I mean,
that
that's
was
a
when
great-
we were, that was when we were growing
That's a
up.
worthy first round draft choice.
Tell your dad to
What?
try dragging Lanier off the court.
Hey.
The hell it ain't.
Yeah, oh my goodness. Hey, do you remember he started sweating and it got hot in there and he took
Hey,
off
what was his name?
he
It
took-
was his name in there. It was.
What's our vector? What's our Victor? Victor. I'll never. remember
Yeah.
his last
Hey,
name.
why
What's
they
your
pull
He
Victor
him
came
out?
out. He had his 33 Lakers jersey
Right, that's
on
what,
too.
why
That's
they pull him out.
classic.
Why they pull him out with his goggles, man?
Yeah.
He's really,
Yeah.
They eventually had him, right? He was eventually like covered in sweat.
My dad said you can't hit free throws.
says you don't try very
You
hard
don't try
until
very
it's the
hard
playoffs.
until it's playoffs. Yes. No, that's
Oh, man,
classic.
that's classic, man. That's classic. That
Ricca,
one
what
was
you got?
classic.
Go ahead.
No, that is definitely top 5.
Yeah.
Man, just I wanted to knock it off with "Don't Throw Cheese on Your Baby." So the first time I walked in to
okay,
a
my
movie
bad.
theater and I saw this, no, I'm done with that. I went to see Rocky 3, and there was the cross branding or anything that had to do with like the ABC Wide World of Sports when all the athletes would come out and it was on like with the actors and actresses. All that stuff drove me nuts. I loved it. I ate it up. When I got to see Hulk Hogan and Rocky Balboa on the same screen. And it was
Oh
talked
my
about today. You
gosh.
brought it up, and I was
Yep.
I was done.
Thunder
In the
Lips.
flesh.
That was it.
Lips.
Thunder Lips, the Ultimate Warrior, I believe.
Ultimate Warrior.
Rocky 3, and
Yep.
it was the most unbelievable. Like my worlds collided at that moment. My brain was just.
I
blown.
couldn't handle it. I had no idea what to
I
think
was-
about it. I couldn't.
I-
process
Ricca,
it was-
people don't realize
Yeah,
that
couldn't.
Sylvester
I did not
Stallone is
realize,
a short guy.
I did not realize how
Thunder Lips
big
looks 6'10"
Hulk
in
Hogan
that.
was, man.
No. He's not as tall as he
Sylvester
looks in
Stallone
that
is
movie.
short.
No, when
Sylvester
he
Stallone
walked-
is very,
when he
very
walked-
short.
Yes,
when he
Sylvester
walked
Stallone is
into
short.
no, when he walked into the
foot
ring,
difference.
Hulk Hogan is 6'8".
you remember that?
6'8".
With boots.
Yeah, he's 6'8". When he walked into the ring,
Yeah,
when they showed the distance
He's
and they
giant.
walked into
a
the ring,
mammoth of a man.
and what did Paulie say? Why the Rock said, why are they carrying him? Or they
Yeah.
said something like that. And he said he's walking or something like that. Like I mean, he's huge.
He stepped
he's
over the
absolutely
ropes.
huge,
Like
right.
he did. He did that
Yeah.
like one big leg swing
Yeah,
over to the other.
yeah.
And then he ripped off
That's
the red
classic.
shirt. And
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
I
classic.
couldn't believe it. Like
What you gonna do?
the level of entertainment in my world at that point in time
Right.
was, I mean, I was at the movies. It was my
Yeah.
mom and
Right.
dad, my sister and I,
Yeah.
and it was over
Yeah,
for me.
yeah.
Oh, I was hooked. line,
That's a
sinker.
good one. That's a good one.
He had two really nice,
Yeah, he had some nice ones.
ones
He had,
next to
he
him.
had some nice
had
ones.
It
some
was
nice
like,
ones.
He had some
remember
nice ones.
Elizabeth?
Hey, throw that quote
with,
down, by the
Oh,
way.
who
He
could
had some
forget?
nice ones.
Elizabeth
Jake
with
the Snake?
Macho Man. No,
Macho
Randy
Man.
Savage.
Macho Man.
All right, what do you got?
Oh, speaking of wrestling, before I
Froghorn.
get to mine,
Before you get to yours.
R.I.P. King Kong Bundy.
Yeah.
Correct.
He died this morning.
That was in the you guys. So you were a little older than me.
WrestleMania, he was only 28 years old.
I didn't get any of that. All I
was
got
in
Saturday
WrestleMania.
morning wrestling. That's it. That's all I got, and I knew who King Kong Bundy was. Everyone
King
knew.
I
Kong
had the
Bundy,
action
but you know
figure.
what's funny is Andre the Giant was so much bigger than him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like King Kong Bundy,
But
King
when
Kong
the-
Bundy was a big dude.
The Bundy Slam. I mean, when he
right,
did the
when
Bundy
he just
Slam,
fell on you.
He was on the Big John Studd level of big.
Yeah.
That was big.
And then
Yeah.
there was
Then-
Andre the
then-
Giant, big, man.
I mean, Andre the Giant.
Was the
I
biggest
loved
dude
more.
I've ever seen, man. He was the biggest dude I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you think of somebody bigger than Andre the Giant?
I don't know. I think Walt Williams might be the biggest guy I've ever seen hanging out in this basement.
No, he's
All right,
big.
got?
who's yours,
Who
Darren?
you got?
I'm going to go with
Don't take mine. Don't take mine. Don't take mine. Don't take mine.
Dr. J
I knew it.
as
I knew it.
Moses Guthrie in the
Fish that saved Pittsburgh.
Now, at that, you have to
Snubbed
realize.
by most accounts, snubbed at the Academy Awards that year.
You have to realize.
That was a great movie, but ain't nobody getting no respect to the Fish and Say.
But listen though, he was the Michael Jordan, LeBron James of that time,
Yeah.
and everybody knew what he could do on the court. He was just so graceful and athletic, but very underrated acting job. He did. I mean, he showed a different side of himself in that movie. You know, he had a relationship with the woman, and he was trying to.
He get some
Oh,
like make out scenes in
it
there.
looked like he had some.
I think he had some background in that too.
Yeah, right. So
I mean, there's some casting situations that he was involved
no,
in.
he showed his multi-talented self in that movie because he was the main character. He showed some vulnerability. He did. I'm talking about no, because as a young
sensitivity,
right, as a young kid, I'm looking at Dr. J as just the incredible athlete, the best basketball player at that time, and I'm looking at him act, and it looked like he had taken some acting lessons before that thing.
Right.
Hey,
I mean, you love the movie.
Moses Guthrie.
Who you got?
I'll
Ken?
never forget.
Who you got?
I can't believe he's still available. When I first saw The Hangover, I was blown away. I laughed out loud. I couldn't believe it, how great the movie was. And I think it's held up over time.
You guys.
Mike Tyson in The Hangover, to me, is because and it's recent. It's not even that old.
I don't remember what happened last night.
He does the best Tyson.
Yeah, he
We have a
does. He
Tyson
does
on
a
our
good
show.
Tyson.
I mean,
Tyson's your that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a
he
good
was so good in that, and the
Yeah,
Phil
he was.
Collins thing, and the Tiger. I mean, it's just all there.
Yeah,
He's
that's
crazy. You have no idea what's about to happen.
Didn't he wake
he's
up with no
believable.
teeth?
He's
It was his first solo song
yes.
in movie history.
Oh yeah, yes, it was.
So
All right,
that's
so we got Tyson,
Tyson,
Dr. J,
Hulk Hogan,
and
Try to remember.
Kareem.
And
Kareem.
So we have one more.
got one more
I mean,
to make the five.
We got to make the case because I thought Reggie Jackson in Major League, but I also liked. Reggie Jackson in Naked Gun, but I also liked Bob Euchre in Major League.
OJ, man. OJ and Naked Gun.
Wait a second.
I
wait
know.
a second,
I
Ken.
love you
Ken,
too,
Ken,
Nordberg.
Ken.
OJ.
I know. I
OJ
did say OJ.
criteria-
after that.
Good, man.
the
When you said Reggie
criteria-
Jackson, I thought he typed the wrong thing in.
Guys,
Reggie
Reggie
was a
Jackson's
robot.
a greater. That's all.
Agreed.
let's not get away from this criteria. You have to be a sports legend or icon. Bob Euchre
I think he's a legend.
He's a
didn't bust
sports-
enough grapes. He
No,
did
no,
not
but as
bust
an
enough
announcer
grapes.
Okay.
and an entertainer.
Then
he was
OJ.
pretty-
Then OJ.
Back in the day, he was
OJ.
pretty good.
OJ Simpson.
Okay.
OJ Simpson and Naked Gun.
I'm not going to argue
Absolutely,
with
man.
Nordberg.
I'm not.
I
even-
said that
I
over and over.
I don't think I can either. Brett Favre, and there's
love
something
you
about
too,
Mary,
Nordberg.
Dan Marino.
When he went down them steps in that wheelchair, and he flipped over
At the end,
I think that was really great.
the umpire was in the, oh god.
You know what? It's okay.
Hey, man.
We're in a new era of giving O.J. Simpson awards.
Okay,
I
what
think
about-
I think I'm gonna put my vote on O.J. Simpson.
I gotta go OJ, man. I'm sorry.
I'm going with
I don't care
Nordberg
whatever
all
he
day.
did afterwards. Whatever he did afterwards.
Is it unanimous?
whatever,
Are you gonna make it unanimous? Or are you gonna go? Are you just
No,
gonna cast
what
a
about-
protest vote?
Nah,
'Cause
this
it-
is when he comes out with that dumb stuff.
What
man. Why
about
listen to what he
Team
said?
USA, the women's
Christian
Olympic
Laettner?
It's not a
team?
movie, man.
They
Disney's
not
not
a
producing.
movie.
do you remember what they
Yes.
did to
That's
Martin,
not a
Tommy, and
movie.
Cole?
Yes, that's not a movie. We said movie from the beginning.
Remember
We
they
said
had Martin.
criteria.
They threw Martin's
We said
hip
the
out. Remember Martin
criteria,
came
man.
in like this.
See, this is what I'm telling you.
You should vote for him. You should vote for him.
You know what I mean?
You
That was
should.
Dawn Staley. That was Cheryl Swoops, Lisa Leslie.
Don Staley took him to
Remember
the hole.
George? Remember George?
Oh, with
remember
the double
George?
crossover.
Remember George Foreman in Sanford and Son when he broke his hand?
Yes.
Remember that? Remember George Foreman?
I love Sanford
When he
and Son.
broke
I
his
don't
hand?
remember that.
When he got back. You remember that? Anybody who watched Sanford and Son remember George Foreman when he broke his hand? He broke his hand. He was hitting the wall. He was acting. He
Don't
was
act.
acting.
Don't say.
Oh my goodness. All right.
All right.
Did what? Dan Marino, my favorite quarterback.
My favorite quarterback too.
Dan Marino
And Pet Detective Ace Ventura.
Ace Ventura,
No.
Pet Detective.
That was just an appearance.
He was also in
It's a
Bad
cameo.
Boys
It's a
2.
cameo.
It's a cameo.
It's a cameo.
Yeah, but you gave like a dissertation on, or someone got who was touched. Who was?
You're a weird guy, Ace. Remember he was
we-
leaning out the window?
You were talking
That's
about
what he says
vulnerability,
to
and,
Ken all the
and you were
time.
talking
Hey.
about. I mean, I'm saying you went down the
It's
road
a
of way more
great
than
acting
cameo.
job by Dr. J. Okay.
See, that's
No, it wasn't. It was a terrible acting job.
Does
by Dr.
does
J.
Thelma's
It was
husband
He showed
terrible.
in good times? Does
vulnerability.
Thelma's
Terrible.
husband
Yeah, what about all
qualify?
that
He was the number
vulnerability
one
talk?
pick for the Chicago Bears.
He's not a, he's not. No, man. He's not a.
What was his
Buffalo,
name?
not Buffalo,
Keith.
but
Yeah, Keith. No,
No,
Keith.
man. See, no, man. He's not.
Keith was
no.
the running back for the Chicago Bears. He was,
No, man.
all right, no Keith.
but I do appreciate your protest vote because I think OJ's making it on this.
OJ?
on
That's
this.
who we going with?
OJ's my number 5. OJ's got
Nordberg killed it,
He
man.
killed it.
Wasn't Hank Aaron on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood?
If he was,
Beautiful
Listen,
day in the
man, that's what
neighborhood.
I'm talking about, man.
No,
That's
no.
what I'm
You remember
talking-
he used to
that's what I'm
take he used to
talking
take his
Yeah,
jacket
we
off
need to
and
get
tie
some
his
Sour
shoes?
Patch
about. Like,
Kid.
this is
Hank
where you
Aaron
have to
was on
stop it
there.
before he gets like this, man.
Hey,
Oh, no, he's
Kev,
got it.
Cut
He's
his
Hank
mic.
Aaron
Cut
was
his
on
mic.
Mr.
He's
Rogers'
good.
Cut
Neighborhood.
his mic
He
now.
was.
never. I can't
He
cut.
was, but I also just felt like following a restraining order against the 1970s. I don't know why.
Those
I'm
the
not
Super
saying-
70s tweets are the
Hey,
greatest.
there were
hold on,
plenty of
remember-
sports icons on the Pee Wee
do you
Herman
remember the-
show.
Do you remember the second
We're
Naked
not going to
Gun?
say that.
Do you remember the second Naked
Was
Gun?
Wade Boggs and anything?
Naked, was it Naked Gun 2 or
Naked Gun 2. You remember the Naked
Two
Gun
and a
2?
half.
When,
Two and a
two and a half. You remember when OJ tried to sneak in and try to get those guys and he tried to hit the door and his foot went through the and everybody sat there with their guns waiting for him to come in? You remember that?
and 33 and a third?
Was that 33 and a third?
Well, there was 33 and a third, but I think it was 2.5.
One, two, and a- You're talking
You
about
know
two and a
that,
half.
you know what I'm
yes.
talking about, right?
Shirley,
You know
and
what I'm
stop
talking
calling
about.
me Shirley.
When you remember when you remember when he
Oh,
got
yes.
when he got paint on him?
Please.
You know what I mean? Oh man, I'm
Nice
sick. That-
beaver.
oh my
Yeah,
god!
and I don't
man.
think Nordberg was there for that one, but I was. I was there for that part.
Oh man, that was
He
funny.
was great at it, man.
He was, man.
OJ and Leslie Nielsen.
He was.
That was like the perfect. Like there was. I know. I'm just saying.
Because OJ got in some movies right after he retired that were terrible.
Yes.
They were real bad, and then he found out.
Jim Brown's acting career was terrible.
Oh, just for the record, Nordberg was in Naked Gun 33 and a third in 1994. At which point, a gigantic window opens up on his resume.
Hey,
all
hold
the
on,
way to the
wait.
early
What was, hey,
2000s.
which one was that when he got caught underneath the car and they ended up going to New York on the bus? No, was it the bus? It was a bus that he got caught underneath the bus and it was going to New York or something. You remember what I'm talking about,
Yeah, was
Kevin?
he like a wheelchair
I
or
have a
something?
memory,
No,
but I
he
could
was
never tell
laying.
you.
Something happened. He got underneath the
Laying
bus
down.
and it said going to New York. And he was. You remember
Ken,
that?
let's get out of here,
I
Ken.
can't get ejected from the wheelchair, all bandaged
Oh,
up out of
my
my head. I still laugh
Hey,
every
man.
time I see
See,
it.
that's how
He was going
Nordberg. Nordberg earned it. Nordberg earned
And
it.
then, I laugh every time. If someone shows it to me right now, I will laugh.
He's a free man. He
Oh
can accept
my
his
gosh,
award in
man.
person in the
Hey,
basement.
Juice, remember Home Run Derby?
Two juices
Not a
in
lot
the
of people
basement.
Remember that?
That'd be 200% juice in this
Mickey
basement after
Mantle.
OJ
Brutal,
goes.
3
Gio.
outs.
Say Williams
Brutal.
and them? Yeah.
Hey, what
2 outs.
we
Yes.
would call, just so you know, when he comes to get his award for being on our number 5.
OJ?
Yeah.
Juice.
We're calling him OJ, and we're calling you Juice.
We are forgetting
You're
about
juice.
Shaq on Blue Chips.
Well, everyone was
well,
on blue
He
chips.
don't break the 5 though.
Huh?
He doesn't get the 5. He
It's a
don't get
great
top.
It was-
acting
He
don't
job.
get-
Name the
top
3 blue chips.
We didn't even get Michael Jordan on Space
Was it
Jam.
Penny?
Penny Hardaway.
Yep.
Muggsy Bogues.
No. Well, but
Sean
there was,
Bradley.
who was the white dude? The from French Lick. I forget who it was. It wasn't
Hey,
Collison.
didn't Walt have a? Didn't Walt
It was
have
somebody
one?
big- it was a
Who
big-time college player.
Who was the one
Hey, what
with
was Wiz on?
Whoopi Goldberg? What was the movie?
Oh,
with,
Joanna Man.
no,
Ghost?
no, Whoopi Goldberg.
What was Wiz on?
Sis-
Whoopi Goldberg was
Sister
the coach.
Act. It was Sister
No,
Act.
Sister
no,
Act, too.
no. Whoopi Goldberg
yes,
was the
I saw
coach,
it,
or
I
she
saw
was
it.
the she was the
It was
manager.
about a ghost.
She was on, and Walt was on there, man.
Somebody
Walt
died.
was on there.
The
The
Wizard?
ghost
Yes,
came back.
Walt was on
Hey,
that
Wiz,
movie.
They
what?
conjured up a spirit.
I'm gonna have to. We're
It
gonna
was
have
a
to ask
ghost
him.
thing. It was like a.
There
We
was
gotta
some,
ask
like,
Wiz.
pottery,
Walt
there
was
was
on. Walt was
Who
on.
were forming
It was
pottery.
Whoopi Goldberg. She was the man. She was the owner, or she was the coach of the team. It was the best. I can't think of the name of the movie. It'll come to me. Somebody has to help me out.
I
on
saw
this.
it. Something happened with someone that passed, and it was something.
I forget what the name.
It was
was.
about volleyball?
Or maybe that was just the movie.
No, that was
Ghost.
Ghost. That was Patrick Swayze.
I was waiting for someone to
That
help
was
me out.
Patrick Swayze, man. He said somebody had passed.
Somebody-
There was no athlete. There was no
I couldn't
athlete
hear
on
what
that.
I couldn't
There was no athlete on that at all. It was Demi Moore, Patrick Swayze. There was
Have
no
you ever
athlete.
sculpted? Have you ever sculpted juice? Shit's
It's gonna
athletic.
be some serious sculpting. I'll tell you what.
All right, let's get out of
We'll
here.
come back
man.
next Tuesday night with another episode of,
The Hot Box.
which we'll give you one more time. But until then, check us out on First Amendment Sports. Please smash that subscribe button. We appreciate it.
Absolutely.
It helps us out a ton. He's Kevin McClinton.
It was fun, man. It was fun.
It was fun. He's Kevin Ricca.
Ricca said ghost.
Love you too, Nordberg.
Ricca
Yes.
said ghost.
It's because it was ghost.
He's Froghorn Leghorn. We call him Darren McClinton.
Ken,
Please.
let's give a shout out to our bracketology.
We have to tease.
Yes.
No, we don't have a confirmed venue yet. That we're kind of looking over in
Hopefully
this direction.
we can do it at half court at the St. James.
Yes, we're looking to do this show at the St. James. We got a
March Madness edition.
64 team tournament, 2 bracket edition. One's going to be all decade teams in NCAA history. The other's going to be all decade teams TV shows.
TV shows. Ricca, you have been given the decade 2000 to 2010.
Oh, I thought I was. in
I
charge.
have the 90s.
Wait, 2000, 2010. I get that millennial shit.
Yes,
Yeah.
he has 2010.
I gotta take the recent
He's
stuff.
It's the
gotta give you
worst
that,
era.
man.
I get the
You're the
recent.
youngest
And
one
Juice,
here,
you
man.
had- yeah, you're the
Juice,
youngest.
you don't even get your era.
I could knock out the
80s.
He's
90s.
the
You've
youngest
got the
here.
80s.
I'm way older
Juice
than that.
actually
Yeah, I'm the
played his
he-
freshman
yeah.
year in the 80s,
should
right?
get that.
89?
Right.
89?
Yeah.
So he gets the 80s.
Yeah, well,
default.
I just think that you got to recognize game, and I think we can all recognize game, so we should all be able to
So
handle
that
that.
should
game.
be a lot
Let's
of
do it.
fun,
That'll be
man. As,
I'll see if we can do some of that. I'll see if we can do the St. James. I'll see what we
For
can
TV decades, we have 80s shows, 90s shows, 2000 shows, 2010 shows.
So we have the same
There were only
decade for
2000 shows.
NCAA teams, and we also had the same decade.
I'm going
as
to kill
Yeah.
the 80s shows. I'm going to kill those.
Hey, Juice,
I got nothing.
even though we did not,
I got one statement to make though. before we're
even
done
though
with
we
this.
did not have the play-in game like we do now back in the 90s,
Right.
I'm gonna give you guys the play-in game.
Oh,
for
so
the
you get
90s.
no, you
don't
get
need
they
the
were
play-in
on they were
game.
on probation. They were on probation.
don't
They
need to
couldn't
play-
make it.
You gonna
They-
give us a playing
Yes,
game?
I'm gonna give you a play-in game
Yeah.
against another team that was on probation that could not make the tournament.
I have not watched a TV show since.
I'm
2000.
giving
How
y'all.
to make this happen.
I'm
I
giving
want-
y'all a chance.
Okay, cool. All right.
we
All right,
have
we'll take that.
breaking
We'll take
news. We have breaking news.
I have a tremendous
There's
list.
a statement about to be delivered
Never.
right now by one Kevin Ricca.
Oh yeah, I think this.
Survive in advance.
I think it's only fair. By the way, thank you for including me in this.
Of course.
If on the basketball portion of this, you dress appropriately to the era. Just saying.
Man, I'm not wearing no
Oh,
tight ass shorts.
Come on,
man.
Kev. Come on,
I'm
Kev.
not wearing no booty shorts,
Juice.
man. I wore those all during high school and
So did
college.
I.
I'm not wearing those, man. I'm not.
I thought
I'll,
we were doing this by era.
Hey, this is gonna be a lot of fun.
It will be a lot of fun.
It is.
And we will broadcast it live and we'll put it up on the YouTube channel. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us.
Interested in people's feedback too.
We'll do it
let's
live.
Put some stuff out there.
We'll get someone responding to comments.
Absolutely.
We don't do the comments live because we do us live, but I think we should be able to have some interaction.
All
on
you
that.
basketball
I didn't mean to
fans.
sound negative. If I'm involved in this at the St. James at midcourt with you guys, I will wear someone's 80s uniform out there. I don't care.
Now you're
I'm
talking.
in.
Now
I'm
you're
ready.
talking.
All
Yep.
you basketball fans out there, please interact with us. It should be a lot of fun. A lot of fun for March Madness.
On behalf of First Amendment Sports and Basement Podcast Studios all across this land, I'm Ken Marangolo, and this was...
the hot box.
Appreciate you. Fun, fellas.
All right, we're still live.
Thanks for having me, fellas.
Still live.
Hey,
Smacking
look,
Golden
man, as soon as you set this up, I
Good
got
God.
my teams ready. Rocked. I'm trying to
I'm
figure out
waiting for Wiz to
the seeding.
respond.